Hey y'all, what is going on? Finally. Finally. I'm well rested from Otakufest where I went to this past weekend. Now for those that do not know what is Otakufest, Otakufest is a anime and gaming convention here in South Florida. It's located in Miami at the Miami Airport Convention Center. And it was a big show. I mean, a big event. There was a lot, and I mean a lot of people that came out to Otaku Fest this past weekend. And it was the very first 3-day event. So back in the past, previous Otaku Fest, it was always 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. This year was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My day zero started on Thursday. Just getting the equipment down there. I had to break down my entire PC setup and haul it down to Miami. I also had to bring all the consoles and setups that I would do tournaments at Flynn's Arcade. I would have to bring all of that down there and just get everything set up and get ready to host tournaments, give our convention attendees the best tournament experience that they can get. Because in previous Otaku Fest, or not just Otaku Fest, but conventions in general, especially here in South Florida, most of them have been lackluster, or they were good, but they could be better. Last year, when I did tournaments at Otaku Fest, we were in a very small room, and I had to run a bracket of 50 players for Smash Ultimate. I also ran another bracket for about, I would say, 20 players for Guilty Gear Strive, and then another 10 players for Melty Blood Type Lumina. So last year I ran 3 tournaments. This year I ran a total of 8. 2 on Friday, 4 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. I wanted to do more. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to do more tournaments, give more players more experience, give the TOs that were with me as a part of the team to give them more experience to be in this kind of environment to deal with casual players who don't know anything about the tournament etiquette of these FGC tournaments, because you'll be surprised how people who never competed in a tournament or a fighting game tournament, they just don't know like the etiquette. Like it's a first to 3 or it's a best of 5 type of set. If you lose, you can change your character. If you win, you keep your you can't change your character. Another good example is the registration, which I feel people understood the registration. And I understand from, people's perspective when I ask for feedback that they wish that they could pay and register upstairs rather than going all the way back downstairs, register, get the wristband, and then come back up. I completely get that and understand that. And that is something that could be added and could be a feature for the next Otaku Fest in 2024. So that's something that we can definitely work on, and I understand that it is an inconvenience to players where it's just like, okay, I'm already here, I want to register here, but they got to go downstairs and register, and it's like, yeah, like I would be a little tilted as well myself, but it's just letting people know like these are the procedures. This is how we can check and verify who's actually in the tournament by paying to enter the tournament, because at a convention, you're going to have a lot of people coming at you. I mean, a whole lot of people just coming at you, wanting to know when's the tournament, when's the sign up, do we bring our own controllers or are controllers provided? There's so many questions that people are going to ask you when you come to a convention, especially if you're running a tournament there. And some people just don't know. You have people who have children that want to put their kids into a tournament, and they want to know how can my kids sign up, or what's the rules, and so on and so forth. I want my kid in this game. I want my kid in that game. How does it all work? And you just have to keep calm, be professional, and just address their questions one at a time, and just give them straight answers, and don't be a dick. Because there are times where I felt I'm just like, when you say, when someone asks you a question and you give them an answer, they ask you again, and after you give them the same answer, I'm just like, all right, so where do you register? I'm like, downstairs, Flynn's Arcade booth at 420. Downstairs, Flynn's Arcade booth, 420, 422, 424. So that's how I register? Yes, downstairs at the Flynn's Arcade booth, 420, 422, 424. I had to say that so much because, people don't get it, but I don't blame them. As I said before, there are people who don't know nothing about fighting game tournaments. They like the idea. They would love to be in a tournament, especially at a convention. They just don't know how the etiquette is. So you just kind of have to walk them through it, step by step, and make sure that they understand it themselves. What I liked about Otakufest was the game room was very, very spacious. It was the one game room that I wanted to be in back in 2022, because in 2021 they were in this big, huge game room, and they had their little tournaments and free play section for people to come and play games. Last year, they didn't have that. This year, they finally had it, and I was able to create one side completely for tournaments and the other side where the Otakufest volunteers, they would have to set up for people to play free play. Like if they want to play they don't want to be in a tournament, but they do want to play games, then there's a section for them. And my observation as I was watching all of this, if there weren't any games that weren't in tournament, let's just say a lot of people wanted to play on the consoles that are in style. Like a lot of people want to play on the PS4. A lot of people want to play on the PS5, which I also brought my PS5 out there as well. Granted, I didn't have like PS5 single player games because in here is just mostly multiplayer games and of course fighting games that I would bring to the arcade to run tournaments in. So I like the fact that the game room was big, very spacious, enough room for me to work my magic, set up the tournament area, and of course the stream setup, which was a little bit of a challenge because I had to make sure that the stream setup, the players that are going to play on stream, and the commentators are all close together, like a triangle. Like it's like if I want to stream this, which I'm gonna get into my negatives. if I want to stream this, I need a space for these three, and I found some spaces here and there, and I also wanted something big, like a big screen TV to project the actual tournament matches. We had a TV. It wasn't that big. I would say it was a 32 inch, give or take 32. I'm just gonna say that much because I don't think it was a 37 or a 39. I don't even know if they make them that size, and it definitely wasn't a 42. But so I'm guessing this was a 32 inch. Work with what we had at the time being, and so that way we're able to project the matches that are being broadcasted onto that screen. So that way when people are coming into the game room, they see this match that's going on, and people would just stop and just watch the match and watch these two players play at it. And that was the goal that I wanted to go for, was have something projected so when people are coming into the game room, they just see some matches going on. They just see people at the setups just playing their sets or whatnot, especially if a tournament is going on. Like, hey, there's a tournament going on, there's a competition going on, let's see who's winning it or whatnot. So that was my goal, and a lot of people had a good time. I didn't have any negative complaints. I had some concerns. They were not negative, but I did have some concerns. One of them being from the fact that the way how I ran the tournament, it was single elimination, but everything was first to 3 or best of 5, however you want to call it. Reason I made it single elimination is because, as I said earlier, there are people when they come to conventions, especially competing in convention tournaments, they do not know about the tournament etiquette of double elimination and things like that. Granted, a lot of the competitive community, especially here in South Florida, they want double elimination tournaments. The thing is, time is my biggest enemy, because you want to make sure you give a good experience, but in a very timely manner. You don't want it to take too long. I would say the longest tournament would have to be my Smash Ultimate tournament that I did this past Saturday, and we had 84 players in bracket. It was a challenge. It was one of my biggest challenges, but we got it done. It was handled, and everyone had a great time. Of course, we had some competitors here in South Florida that decided to come to the convention and farm the event and get the nice money, the prize money, because, hey, why not? Because, if I don't make this much out of local, I might as well get this much at a convention. Holy shit. First place gets $150 and second place gets $100. Hey, that convinces me to go. Hey, screw it. All I have to do is just pay $20 for gas and $30 just to get into the cons. Okay, so that's $50. So you pretty much made your money double. Especially if you went in first place. Second place, you probably made your money back, and then you got an extra $50. And if you got third place, well, hey, guess what? You got your money back. You can go spend the money at the con, and I think a lot of people like that. And of course, players also got the top 3 got medals. The rest of the players, 4th, 5th, and 7th, they got a free pass to Flynn's Arcade. So people had a great time. They'd enjoyed themselves, and yeah, the reason why I kept it to single elimination is because it's quick, it's fast. You get it done and out. You just get it out the way, so that way people can go back and enjoy the convention. They don't want to be there all day just waiting to play their match, because especially with Smash is a very long game. So you just want to be done with it. Once bracket's done, single elimination, no seeding, done. I ain't got to worry about it no more. So that was the one thing that I did like, was the game room and how I was able to be creative with how I wanted to set the tournament up, the spacing of everything, and it all worked out towards the end. And I'm happy with that. I am very thankful for the team that I also brought onto this, because there's no way in hell I'm going to do this by myself like I did last year. Granted, it was with 3 tournaments. That's easy. This year, it's 8 tournaments, 2 Friday, 4 Saturday, 2 on Sunday. And it was a lot. So, and we had a lot of people too. We had over 180 players signed up for tournaments at Otakufest. That is more than double than what I did last year at Otakufest, especially in that small game room. Could you imagine if I did 84 players in that room? Oh my goodness. That would drive me insane. I would be there all day. I'd be there all day, but that was good and fun. Another good thing that I really liked about Otakufest was just the amount of people that showed up. Wow, it was a lot. Wow, Friday was packed. And I was just like, Friday is usually day 1. If you ever go to a 3-day con or even a 4-day con, usually the 4-day cons, usually the first 2 days are kind of slow. And I would say Friday it kind of picks up a little bit, but it's enough to where you could roam it around the convention without having to bump into people or just going like this and try to squeeze your way in through the crowd. No, Friday was packed. Good Lord, it was packed. And then Saturday, Jesus, it was full. It was the whole convention floor was just nothing but crowds and a huge pool of just people everywhere. Granted, you also have the artist alley, which is in a bigger ballroom. That was packed. Upstairs, you had people all over. It was so packed. And then the game room, bro. The game room was packed, especially for Smash Ultimate. Goodness gracious, it was packed. It was so packed that I'm literally fanning myself as I'm running bracket. My commentators are fanning themselves as they're commentating the match. Yo, it was hot in that game room. There was so many people in there. It was crowded. You have people coming up to me asking me for can I sign up for another tournament? Or is there going to be another Smash tournament? Or, hey, I want to sign up for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Or I want to sign up for Guilty Gear Strive. I want to sign up for Tekken. people are just coming at you left and right. And which is why I said thank you that I had my TOs there, my team there to, tell, hey, go to this person. If this person is asking for me for if this person is asking me for, tournament stuff, whatnot, go to this person because I got to run this bracket. All right. Unless it's something specific. Like if they want to know about registration, downstairs, Flynn's arcade booth, 420, 422, 424. Go there. If they want to know when's their match going to be at, go talk to that TO over there because he's handling Dragon Ball Fighters. Hey, I want to be in Guilty Gear Strive. Like, it was just madness. Like, and I told all my team, yo, I need everyone here on Saturday. Try to get there before 12 o'clock because that is rush hour. And rush hour, it was literally from 12 to about 3. Yeah, 12 to 3. It was just packed with people. And it was a great thing to see. Had a lot of fun. Got to tour the floor because I also had my significant other with me. So we decided to go walk around the convention floor. Got to see a couple of things. Got to meet some people and whatnot. Shoot the shit. Just chit-chatting up and whatnot. And got to see the floor. Then went back upstairs to check on the tournaments because we had Guilty Gear Strive and Tekken 7. So that went well. Good turnout for both tournaments. Lots of heated competition. I love seeing it. And Saturday was just amazing. It was a blast. And then, of course, you also had the late night rave party that was happening on the second floor. Yo, when I tell you, the second floor was shaking. Like, the floor was shaking. Like, it was insane because I've never experienced this before. Granted, this is my 4th time being at Otakufest. I've never experienced the second floor ground was shaking. I was like, good Lord, this is insane. This is insane, y'all. But day 3, chill day, but still a hell of a lot of people came for the third day because they enjoyed day 1. They enjoyed day 2. A lot of people enjoyed day 2 because usually most people come just for one day, and that Saturday come on the big day because that's where everybody's going to show up and pull up. And then some people just said, hey, F it, I'm going to come for both because this is great. This is awesome. This is a good opportunity for a lot of people to, get in on this, on this event and just have a great time because everybody's here. So most people said, right, you know what? I was going to come for one day. F that. I'm coming for both. This is fun. Everybody had a great time. I had a great time. Sunday, I went, after the 2 tournaments, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus and Street Fighter 5, I was like, hey, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go tour the floor, say what's up to some people, take some photos and whatnot, and just, enjoy myself. Enjoy myself because now I'm done with tournaments. I can enjoy the convention. And it was a good time. It was a really good time, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Granted, there were times where I'm starving. I am starving. And I'm like, bro, I need to eat. But at the same time, I got to finish this tournament. And I want to make sure that, people are taken care of when they come to the game room and they're asking, specific questions like extra controllers or if, how can they play this game or whatnot. You also have parents that don't know how to, use the PS5. People asking me how to use the PS5 because some people ain't got a PS5 yet. So I had to walk them through like, okay, this is what you need to do. It's kind of like the PS4, but it's not like the PS4, but it's not a PS4, but you can play PS4 games on it. And yeah, it was a great time. Otakufest was a great time. Loved it. 10 out of 10 experience. And yeah. So now let's get into the negatives. So my pet peeves, the things that I did not like about the con. Food prices. What in the hell? The food prices were asinine, bro. I gotta show you this. That's the only way. I have to show you. Hold on, it's on my Twitter. Okay. Come on, load up. All right. Y'all gotta see this. Food. This is the food price. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, there it is. My bad, y'all. Trying to show y'all the food price. I don't know if y'all can see it, but cheeseburger with chips, $15. Hot dog with chips, $10. Chicken tenders with chips, $12. Nachos with cheese, $10. Cookies, brownies, pastillos, $4. Sodas, water, coffee, soda, water, or coffee, $3. Insane. Like, water should be at least $2, if not $1.50. I'm just saying. And that's just one. Now let me show you the internet. People, I paid $30 for 3 days. So that way I'm able to use the internet. So that way I can update the brackets, because everything is on Start GG. This is their internet speed. Mind you, this is my 4th time being at Otakufest. And for the 4th time, their internet is ass. I don't blame the convention or the convention organizer. I'm not blaming them for that. I'm blaming the people. I'm blaming Miami Airport Convention Center, because it's been 4 years that we've, come to this. Not 4 years. It's been 4 times we have come to this event, and y'all have not updated y'all internet. This is abysmal. Like, if it's going to be that low, at least make it 25 down, 25 up. I'm just saying. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I paid money for this. It's not like it's free for everyone to use, but this is abysmal. This is what free Wi-Fi speeds should be like. If I paid money to use your internet, it should be a lot better than this. I'm just saying. This, bruh, why? That is just like, bro, this is speeds that I had to deal with when I was in Afghanistan back in 2013. No. I would say this is better than when I was in Afghanistan. This speed is a lot better than when I was in Afghanistan, but that's besides the point. Did not like that. 4th time being here, they have not updated their internet thingy majigabob. Like, at least every year or every 6 months, do a Wi-Fi check test speed on several areas of your convention floor or whatever, and test to make sure that, hey, it's running fast, it's running good, and it's at a very reasonable price. Like, you have your free and you have your paid. The paid one should be a hell of a lot better than that shit. I'm just saying. That's just me giving my thoughts. So, that's the second thing. Another pet peeve I also have, another negative that I also have with the convention was, okay, I said food prices, I said the internet price. The game room, I don't know if there was AC, but it was non-existent throughout the whole 3 days I was there running the game room. Even when we did not have a lot of people in there, I did not feel nothing. I'm just saying. I didn't feel no AC, no cooling air. Yes, it was cold outside, but most people are inside. I would at least feel nicely cool inside. Not cold, but at least nicely cooled. But in the game room, yes, I understand there's going to be a lot of people, but bro, it was hot. It was hella hot in that room. It was so hot. But other than that, I think those were my complaints. Was just food prices, the internet, and then of course air conditioning. Like those are just my three complaints. That's all. Because other than that, there's like really nothing else I can say negative about the event. Because other than that, it was a great time. I had fun. A lot of people had fun, and I would do this again. It's just fix those. Just fix the internet. Them food prices, you knock it down, okay? Like the cheeseburger with chips was $12. Cool, reasonable. And also the cheeseburger was very mid. The hot dog, I don't think it was that big. That's what she said. But yeah, it was pretty mid. So the hotel food is actually a lot better and more affordable than what the convention was offering. So if you want to get something to eat, you're just gonna have to walk out of the convention center, go to the hotel, go to the restaurant area, and just order you a meal. It's a lot better priced and better quality. And then of course there's also a Miami Grill nearby as well. So you also had that as well. Unless you want to wait in that long ass line for Miami Grill, then that's up to you. But other than that, that's it for pet peeves. But overall, it was a great event. I had a really fantastic time at Otakufest. The people that I've met, that I've gotten to interact with and talk with every now and then, or every con we tend to meet up or whatnot. There's a lot of people that I enjoyed having conversations with, and I also love seeing their progress, and we have, some unique cosplayers, some unique event coordinators, photographers, and so on and so forth. And I remember coming into this scene back in, I would say, 2017. I wanted to get into cosplay. 2018 got into cosplay. 2019 was in cosplay. Just, slowly getting my name up or whatnot, and just interacting with people and, just having fun, just enjoying the con and whatnot. And, fast forward now, I completely dropped cosplay completely, because now me being a tournament organizer, not just at Flynn's, but of course for events like Otakufest and hopefully Florida SuperCon. I found where I belong, and I found where I can grow and excel. And when I see other people at conventions that I normally run across, each and every con that we all attend, I love seeing their progress and and just talking with them, catching up on some stuff, and of course seeing what they're doing. Like, I know there are some photographers, especially one specific photographer. You know who he is, because I'm gonna cut this into a reel and upload it, and he know who he is. But we talked, and we were talking and whatnot because he was in the game room and we were just talking, and I enjoy the fact that he's getting out of his comfort zone and he is growing more as a photographer, and he wants to go to another level. And I'm talking, and we're talking. I'm like, bro, look at me. Like, I'm living example of this is where I started and look where I'm at now. And I like to see people who are in the scene, who are still in the scene, like become a success. Like, whatever it is that you're doing, you're getting better and better and better, and you're just like leveling up each and every time. Like, I want to see more of that in 2023. Even if let's just say you got into it at one point and you were doing really good, then after you kind of took a break and now you're getting right back into it, because there was another photographer that I was also talking to at the lobby floor, and he's getting back into it. It was good seeing him, because it's been a hell of a long time since me and him interacted and whatnot. And of course, he know who he is as well. And he's getting back into the game, and I'm like, hey, go for it, man. Keep pushing yourself. Keep growing. Keep excelling. You feel me? Like, it's because there's opportunity out there for everybody. Like, don't worry about, the competition, because if anything, competition is actually good because that helps you grow, because now you get to see, whatever another person is doing that is not doing, you try to do it, and you try to see how far that takes you. So my message for 2023, if you're in the convention scene and you've been in it for a while, find something within the scene where you can grow and excel and make something out of it, Even if it's just for fun, you just want to see that growth. Because I think when people who have social media accounts, they want to grow their following, they want to get bigger, they want to, see how far they can just take it, like, push yourself. As I said before, I'm a living example of I put in the work, I put in the time, I've earned my stripes, and look where I'm at now. You feel me? And that doesn't mean the same can't happen to you. You just have to find your niche. You have to find your field, go into that direction, work your ass off, and continue to keep going up. Because there are going to be days where you're going to have a lot of failures. You're going to have some things that don't go the way that you would want it to go. There are going to be some days where you're going to feel like complete shit, like this was a waste of time. But it's going to make you even more hungrier when another opportunity comes your way. And it's just like, I'm going to deliver. I'm going to make this the best that I possibly can. And my work is going to show for itself. And that's exactly what I did at Otakufest this year. I wanted to make this as big as possible. Let my work speak for itself. Let the numbers show for itself. A lot of people had a good time. They had a great tournament experience. They got to see some really good matches. And then, of course, enjoy the convention afterwards. And I would do it all again. And I would do it even bigger next year. That's if the con organizer of Otakufest, if he wants to make it bigger, hey, let's make it bigger. Let's make it happen. I'm ready. I'm ready for next year. So that's my message to anyone out there that's in the convention scene, that you've been in it for a while, and if you feel like you have not grown into it, then maybe you have to reinvent yourself. Maybe you have to just take a much different approach and see where is that going to take me later down the line, and just see how it goes, because you never know. You never know until you take that first step, because a lot of people are afraid to take that first step into exploring something completely new to them. Like, they've never done something like this before, and you just have to see it through the end. And once you see it through the end, you'll either feel great or you don't feel so great about it, but at least you don't regret the fact that you did not avoid it. You actually made the effort to see where this would take you. So I know I've rambled long enough on this, like my thoughts on Otakufest 2023. It's been over 30 minutes. I did not intend for it to be this long, but it was a great event. I had a really good time, and for those out there that want to be great, hey, this is your year to be great. This is your year to do something great. And greatness doesn't just come in a bottle, or it's just you're born with greatness. It's just you're going to have to work for it, and it's not going to be an easy thing, because once you achieve greatness, and you did it with your own efforts, you've worked for it, you're going to cherish it even more, and you're going to be very humble about it, and you're going to want to inspire others to also do the same. So anyway, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Have you attended Otaku Fest? If so, tell me about it. I'd love to hear I would love to hear your complaints, but also your comments as well. All right, y'all. Y'all stay classy.